What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Lockdown 23-1. That's right, boy. I got the 23-1 hoodie on. If you want one, go get one from old Teespring. The link is in the description of the video. That's right. Anyways, today we are going to be talking about something that could very well be debatable. And a lot of people might say, hey, it doesn't work like that over here, man. It doesn't work like that over here on the West Coast. It doesn't work like that over here on the North Side, West Side, whatever you want to call it. It might not. But in all the prisons I've been to, except for one, okay, it's worked like this, okay? There's a trick to this saying, okay? There's a saying called checking in, all right? You're going to hear that a lot. Getting rolled up, getting rolled out, whatever you want to call it. There's three types of checking in the system, okay? One is forced upon by the correctional officers and the staff. Two, the guy's scared as hell and needs to get up out the block for real. And three, you choose to do it not out of fear, but for certain reasons. And I'm going to talk about that right now. Check it out. I've checked in. Let's get this out of the way right now. I've checked in multiple times. It's called block hopping. Block hopping is an art. That's right. It is an art. And there's a finesse to this game. But sometimes it can bite you in the ass, for real. Now check it out. First things first, forced upon checking in. This usually happens to celebrities and stuff like that. They're forced to be put into a special housing unit, the hole, the side pocket, 23-1, whatever you choose to call it in your state. People do get forced to go to these segregated units, okay? Usually it's probably, OGs, shot callers, higher ranking gang members, or celebrities, okay? There's different reasons why someone might be forced to go to PC, protective custody. That's another name for it. Now that's the first reason why, okay? It's pretty self-explanatory. People that have major issues, they think it might be a safety risk, or you might be a flight risk, meaning you might escape, you might have escapes on your record. They'll throw you in these special housing units, protective custody, whatever you want to call it, forcibly, okay? They will, all right? So there's not really much more to talk about on that subject. Now, second, you got the scared, okay? There are people that are really terrified for their lives, and they write notes, kites to these correctional officers and say, hey, man, you need to get me out this block or else I'm going to die, okay? In most facilities, they will listen to what you have to say. They might pull you out and say, hey, what's going on? And they'll be like, man, I got to get out of here. You know what I mean? My own gang, the gang that I'm connected with, they're trying to kill me. And this happens on a regular basis. People think that the weak individuals go to segregation, protective custody, whatever you want to call it. And it does happen like that a lot, okay? Child molesters, people with sex charges, or someone that might have just been in a gang and they didn't do something right and their gang turned on them. They're going to check in. But look, it's not always for the weak, okay? I've seen straight up gangsters that could probably dust me off in a fist fight in a couple seconds check into the hole, man, strictly because their life was at risk. You'd be very surprised some of these individuals that, claim to be gangster this, gangster that, and they might be living that stuff on the streets, but when they get to the penitentiary, they might have came into some kind of situation where, hey, 4 people are trying to kill them. You know what I mean? And these dudes that are gangster for real, they're still checking in because you know what? There's 2 types of gangsters, and I told a video on this. You could be a smart one, or you could be a dead one, which is a stupid one. All y'all can say what you want. I ain't never checking in. Well, I bet you, I can mark my words. 90% of y'all, if you got 4 people that you know is going to come kill you that night, you're going to check in, okay? What's the importance of being a gangster if you're going to be dead in a few hours? There ain't no... That's just stupidity. People of all kinds check into PC. It just depends on the scenario, okay? It's not always just the weak and sex offenders. Trust and believe, man. People are getting turned on by their own sets, cliques, whatever you want to call it, every single day in the penitentiary. And they don't want to go through that violation. They don't want to get killed or shanked. They're going to check in. And that is the raw facts. So yes, that's number 2. Checking in because you're scared, weak, or not weak at all. You're just, pure terrified that your life is going to be taken, or you don't want to go through some kind of violation, or whatever the case is. Me personally, I have never ever checked in out of fear or because I owe debts or anything along those lines, but I have checked in, okay? And that's what we're gonna be talking about right now. Me and Grizzy, man, we used to be some freaking block hoppers, okay? There's different ways that you can move around a jail or prison, all right? Some people think, okay, you get thrown into a cell block, you're gonna have to stay there your whole time. No, okay? There's all kinds of ways to get to where you want to go, okay? If you want to get off the compound, all you have to do is threaten a correctional officer, say, hey, even though your level's gonna increase, they're going to get you off the penitentiary, all right? You can say, hey, next time I see you, I got something for you. You know, say that to the CO, and I guarantee you they're going to put you in special housing and ship you up off that penitentiary. They're going to raise your level, but guess what? You didn't want to be in that prison no more. Get up out of there. Some people can't do low-level prisons, okay? They'll come from a level 4 or 3, where, you know, they got a certain code of conduct and respect in that facility, and they might not have been catching any charges for years, and then classification will drop their level. They'll send them down to a level 2 or 1, and these guys that are institutionalized probably have life, usually. They can't handle those low-level freaking convicts because they're disrespectful, unloyal. The whole game is totally different in low-level prisons, okay? And that's how some individuals try to either stay in higher level. I know it sounds crazy. A lot of people don't want to even think about going to a higher level prison, but there are convicts that want to, okay? There's different kinds of functions going on with inmates pertaining to the level of prison that you're in. Now, that is called penitentiary jumping. That is a form of checking in by using threats or whatever the case is to get to a different prison, maybe fighting, or hey, you could even take it to a whole nother level. And some individuals literally will shank someone just to have stayed in a higher level prison. So that is the art of prison hopping, all right? Now, what I'm going to be talking about right now is something that me and my homeboy Grizzy did on a regular basis. It's called block hopping, okay? We're checking in to get to where you want to go within that prison or jail. I told this story in one of my earlier videos as well, but check it out. I got in a fight in a block, and they put me in the hole, and they transferred. When my time was done in segregation, they put me back in a block, a different block than what I was in. And when I went into the block, look, the TV was taken for a month because I guess they got in trouble. It was like a 13-man block. The TV was taken, the phones were off, and everybody was in there gambling with freaking state stuff. We call that block an indigent block, okay? When there's only like 2 or 3 people with a bunch of money in the block, but they don't gamble. So everyone that was gambling, they were just gambling like state shampoo and soap and stamped envelopes and stuff. I was like, man, I got to get the hell up out of here. You know what I mean? So sometimes, when the correctional officers walked past, I had different strategies. I'd be like, yo, man, hey. And this was kind of, I kind of felt like crap doing it, but I did it, and I felt like the correctional officers sometimes looked at me like a chump, but hey, I had to get up out the block sometimes. I'd be like, hey man, I got some enemies in here. You got to get me up out of here, man. I feel like my life's threatened, you know what I mean? And they'll scoop me up, pack my bags, I'm gone to the next block looking for all the money and the gambling and all the fun stuff going on, cigarette smoking, whatever the case is. But this particular time, I had Brittany call the jail, and she said, yes, my husband, and she didn't want to do it. I forced her to do it. I said, Brittany said, yeah, my husband called me. He said his life is at risk, and you need to move him right now. He's scared to even talk to the correctional officers. And that's exactly what I told her to say. You know what I mean? But really, I just had to get up out that block. TV wasn't on. The freaking phones were off. Everything was screwed. It was a dead block. You know what I mean? So they pulled me out. And this was like the 4th time that I've done it in the jail already. And they had it written down on the log and stuff. And they pulled me to the side. They say, hey, man, we know what you're doing. We know what you're doing. We're going to move you this time. You know what I mean? But if it happens again, we're going to put you in the hole until you leave. And I had like 4 months left. I was doing 6 months on a my first probation violation. I was like, all right, man. I kind of laughed. I said, all right, man, I got you. I won't do it. I won't say nothing else crazy. Just put me in another block. So they put me in another block. And I'll tell you what was the best block I ever been in, man. It had money for days in that jank. Cigarettes smoking, it was the best block. I was like, oh, man, it couldn't have gotten any better. You know what I mean? Phones were on, TV was on, everything was normal. Copacetic, I was good to go until I went home. And, there's other times when I went to jail, and me and Grizzy were side by side in a block, but you know, we couldn't do nothing because, you know, there's a wall. But we knew that each other was there because the trustees would pass kites. I would ride a kite to GRIZZY in the other block. I mean, he would bring me a kite back during chow or something like that. The trustees, they serve trays and pass kites and canteen to different blocks. So I wrote him a kite. I said, look, man, I'm trying to get over there. So I checked out the block. They didn't put me in his block. They put me in another one further down the hall. And you know, when I got into the block, I wrote him another kite saying, hey, bro, look, you need to try it now, man. I'm in this block. Try to get over here. And sure enough, he checked out that block and boom, he got right up into the block I was in, man. And we were bidding, you know, bidding with my best friend from the streets. We were having a good time, eating good, telling stories, playing cards, running the spades table. I'm telling you, man, there's different ways to get what you want in jail and prison, even if it means leaving a block in kind of like a cowardly way. But that's only with the correctional officers, because some green correctional officers will really think that you're in danger of your life or something. And, you know, but, you know, those veterans, they know what time it is. Like that one guy that pulled me out, he said, look, we know what you're doing, man, you know. But there is an art and a finesse to this block hopping game. And, you know, I've also checked in. It was about 2 weeks before I went home, and I just wanted to check in to go into the hole and get my mind right. I wanted to seclude myself. I wanted to get my mind right, get focused to what I was going to do on the streets. And a lot of people do that as well. You know, 2 weeks before they go home, a week before they go home, they'll check in into the hole. They'll say certain, and you know, there's different ways to get to where you need to go. That's what I always used and always worked. And I know a lot of jails and prisons around this country, it doesn't work like that, okay? I was in a jail and a prison that said, hey, too bad, too sad, bruh. You know what I mean? They ain't moving you. You're stuck. So before I get all kinds of comments from other people in other institutions saying, hey, that would never fly. Hey, trust me, I know. There's compounds over here in Virginia that crap don't fly. They know what you're doing. They ain't, or even if you are at risk for your life, they ain't taking you out. That's all they're gonna wait till something happens and then they'll take you out. You know, but for the most part, anytime I wanted to block hop or anytime I checked in, it was for the simple fact that I was trying to get to another location in that jail or prison. So that's number 3, checking in willingly. It's an art. That's right. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video and got a better understanding on checking in. It's not always some freaking child molesters or weak individuals. Trust and believe that. But I do want to talk about one more thing before I end this video, okay? I got a text message, okay? I get text message from this certain person. He sends me videos all the time about people in prison. You'll be surprised. I get emails from people in prison. That's right. I've had an email. I can't put this on YouTube or nothing, but I've gotten an email from inmates in prison saying, well, up 23-1, and they're freaking grilling and stuff in their cell. You know what I mean? It's absolutely insane that I got support from individuals that are in real hardcore penitentiaries, not on the East Coast, saying what's up to old 23-1. That's called love, my friend. Real recognized real. But this video that I'm going to be talking about right now, it's on YouTube. I don't know who uploaded it. I know someone sent me the link through a text message. Man, it is absolutely insane. I will leave the link in the comments section. You got to watch the whole thing through. It's coming from Louisiana. Man, they have some dirty prisons in Louisiana. I'm not talking about dirty as in dirt. I'm talking about as in the corruption with the correctional officers. You know what I mean? It's absolutely insane. I told stories about this, you know, about correctional officers. A lot of correctional officers, believe it or not, are put into that position strictly to help inmates. They will apply for the job and they'll be a gang member themselves. They'll apply for a job and get the job. And, you know, being a correctional officer is very simple. Okay, it's very simple. If you ain't got a felony, I guarantee you could get a job as a correctional officer. Okay, so these guys, man, they're gang banging on the streets, but they're working in the penitentiary for the gang members in prison. You know what I mean? This video is absolutely insane. It shows people shooting up drugs. They got Vicodin, perks, dope, heroin, syringes, crack pipes, all cell phones. And check it out. This is the #1 most craziest thing that I've seen in any kind of prison video besides graphic, like people dismembering people. I've seen crazy videos like that from Brazil, but this is the craziest contraband I've ever seen in this video. They got a freaking 40 cal, a Glock up in that jank. Glock 40, man. Wait. And they even pop the rounds out. Hey, they let you know that it's locked and loaded, man. I cannot believe they have this crap in the cell block. It's absolutely insane. I can't believe anybody would even upload this to YouTube. It's nuts. Man, y'all convicts, man. Y'all need to stop that crap. Okay, I know there's people watching my stuff from penitentiary. Y'all need to stop recording yourselves, man. There's enough stuff out there. It don't matter how many views you get, okay? It is not going to be enough to help you when they find out where you're at and what block, who you are, okay? And get indicted with some fresh charges. Stop recording yourselves in the freaking penitentiary, man. And if you do, send it privately to someone, like, send it to them and don't upload it on YouTube or Facebook. Absolutely insane, man. Some guys never learn, man. There's people getting indicted left and right in prison and jail because they uploaded videos. Same goes for rappers, man. It's like these rappers nowadays, they just don't learn. You don't learn from other people's mistakes, man. Come on, look, don't freaking make music videos and crazy stuff about crazy stuff. You know what I mean? Someone's always watching. Someone's gonna expose it, and man, you're gonna regret it. But anyways, I'm gonna leave that video pinned in the comment section for y'all to check out. It is nuts. Go watch it. Do not forget to go check out all the links in the description of the video. Go buy yourself a Lockdown 23-in-1 hoodie, t-shirt, whatever the case is. Go check me out on Patreon, Instagram, Twitch. Twitch name is deathibring757. I stream live daily on Twitch. Great gaming going on over there. And please do not forget to check out my wife's channel, The Compound 24/7. I want to thank everyone who has been subscribing to her lately. She has good content coming. She has a really good video coming y'all's way within a day or so, man. It's going to be a good topic. But anyways, as always, I want to salute to every last one of you who've been supporting me since the beginning, and everyone who is just now hitting that like and subscribe button, man. Y'all be easy, be safe, and remember, think before you act, and know someone's always watching, my friends.